golf course, and I want to give you a little way of practicing your bunker shots. In my opinion, this is the best way to work on your bunker shots. You don't even need to be near a sand trap. The first thing is I have two golf balls here, and they're teed up. And the reason I have them teed up is to show you a trick shot and how to keep the club face open through impact. So at address, what you're supposed to do with a sand wedge is open up the club face so it sits flat, but at that point, the grip of the club points at your left pocket. You do not want to get like this. So we have the club shaft leaning a little forward and the club head laying down flat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a swing at this ball, and I'm going to take the tee right out from under it, and the ball will fall straight down. Call it my trick shot. So as I set myself up, I position the ball as if it was in the middle of my stance, but from your angle it's going to look like it's a little forward in my stance. And then you'll notice I make a fairly aggressive swing where I take the tee right out from under the ball and the ball falls straight to the ground. Again, wide stance, open club face, and if I have the club face open through impact, the club will slide right underneath the golf ball and the golf ball will fall straight to the ground. Now the next thing that you want to do is be able to hit the sand in the right place. That's why I have these 4 piles of sand here to show you that if I take a swing, I should be able to eliminate that entire pile of sand in one golf swing. So I set up, and like I said, from your angle it'll look like the ball positions forward, but because my stance is open, to me it looks like it's in the middle of my stance. And I hover the club above the grass behind the end of the pile of sand, and in one golf swing I'm going to take a swing and eliminate the entire pile of sand. And I'll show you I'm going to do that again as I swing through and the pile of sand completely disappears. If I was to hit too early, you'd notice that the pile of sand would stay. So what I want to do is hover the club behind the back of the sand, open club face, aggressive swing, the entire pile of sand disappears. So my recommendation is to go to the beach, get yourself a bucket of sand, put some piles out in your yard, kind of 2 scoops I'll call it, and then set yourself up so it looks like it's in the middle of your stance. Open that club face up, take a full length swing, and in one swing you should be able to eliminate that entire pile of sand. Tell you, this is the best way to practice those shots, and you don't even need to get to the bunker to do it. Just get some sand from the beach, do this in your backyard, and I guarantee your bunker game will get better. Okay, now that I've shown you how to practice your bunker shots, I want to show you in the bunker how similar it actually is. A little bit of bunker etiquette and rules of golf is always bring the rake in with you. It saves on time when you have to rake your way out. Walk in on the footsteps and walk out on the same footsteps to save on the amount of raking that you have to do. And the goal when you're finished in a bunker is to smooth the trap, just not run the rake through it. So try to get it to be as good as it was prior to you getting in there, if not better. So as I showed you earlier, is we get a fairly wide stance. We dig our feet in to get secure into the sand, and we open up the club face. And then the goal is to splash the sand out from around the ball as we did on the fairway back there. So now what I'm going to do is try to show you the same golf swing that creates the shot, as opposed to just getting rid of that pile of sand. Okay, that one ended up right next to the hole. Pretty good bunker shot here on the 10th hole. Come on over to Blue Rock and check out the golf course. Try out some of our bunkers, and remember to practice that shot at home. Get yourself a bucket of sand down at the beach, put it out into your grass, take some swings getting rid of the entire pile of sand, and the next time you step into a bunker, you'll do a whole lot better.
I'm Ben Austin, your New Rules Golf Coach. Today we're going to be talking about the 40-yard bunker shot and how to do something a little bit different that you may not have done before in the past. Typically what I will see when a student has a 40-yard bunker shot is they will automatically grab their sand wedge and hop into the bunker. When they get into the bunker, what they generally do is, since they want the ball to go farther, is they'll keep the club face very square instead of opening it. Now when we get into the bunker, we want to make sure that we have the club face open. This creates bounce. Bounce is very important in the bunker. So what we're going to do today is, with this this is about 35 yards. We're going to be using a pitching wedge instead of a sand wedge. You can also do this if you had a little farther bunker shot, let's say about 45. If you had about a 45-yard bunker shot, do this same thing, but try using a 9-iron. So what we're going to do is when we set up to the ball, is I'm going to first draw a line in the sand that'll be our target line. So I'm going to play this ball here. And we're going to assume that this line that I drew is our target line. But since we're using a pitching wedge and we want bounce, what we're going to do is when we set up, is we are going to open the club face and then take our grip. So if I set up to the ball, that club face is now open to my target line. So I don't want to aim my body square to the target. Since that club face is open, it's going to make the ball want to start to the right. I need to aim my body and the club a little bit more to the left. So I'm going to get rid of this line now, and I'm going to draw my aiming line, which is going to be about 5 yards left of the flag. So if that is my aim line, my body line is going to be parallel to that. So now if I set up to this shot, my club face is open, the ball position is slightly forward of center, and you can see that my body is aimed well to the left of the target. Since the club face is open, if I hit this shot, this ball should start towards the target. So once I get the club face open, and I have the ball position slightly forward, I'm going to put a little bit of my weight on my front foot. That's going to help me hit down on the sand a little bit more. The only other thing that I'm going to do at address is I'm going to lower my hands just a little bit. So I don't want my hands real high, I want my hands to be slightly lower than normal. Now with this shot, I'm going to take about a half swing, and I'm going to hit the shot. Since it's a pitching wedge, the ball's going to come out a little bit lower and run a little bit more, but I won't have to take my sand wedge and try to take a real big swing. I can take my pitching wedge, open up the face and lower the hands, and just take about a half swing to get the ball to go to the hole. So I'm going to set up, I'm going to open the club face, I'm going to lower my hands, and I'm going to aim left of the hole, and I'm going to take about a half swing, and that ball should come out nice and trickle back to the hole. So I've opened the face, I've lowered my hands, now I'm going to take a half swing. Almost went in. So, instead of trying to keep your club face very square and taking a bigger swing, grab a different club. Grab your pitching wedge, grab your 9-iron, open up the club face a little bit and aim left, and take the same shot that you'd normally hit in a greenside bunker. That ball will fly farther with less effort.